Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'll probably post a way more legit intro video soon explaining who I am, what I do, why I'm starting this channel, what you might see on this channel, but forget about all that for now because there was some really cool news or really interesting news that I wanted to share with you guys and give my perspective on. As you probably know from the title, as you probably know from the title, this has to do with Tidal and Square merging, or well, technically Square is acquiring a majority stake in Tidal. For those of you who don't know, Tidal is a music service like Spotify or Apple Music. It tends to cater more towards, I guess, audio files. People are really, picky about the actual quality of the sound of their music. Tidal has very high grade audio files on all of their subscription tiers. They also are completely ad free on all tiers, and yeah, so that's Tidal. It's kind of like the hipster Spotify, I guess, or the one like made by artists for artists and people really passionate about music. Square, on the other hand, is the maker of Cash App, as well as those little dongles that you can make credit card purchases with using just like an iPhone and like swipe it on there, as well as a ton of other stuff. Square is one of my favorite companies. Guys, another thing I did want to add, make very clear, I'm recording this a little bit after I made the first video because I realized it totally did not make it into my first attempt at recording this, and I think it has to. So I am an investor in Square. I own a few shares. I also happen to be a subscriber to Tidal. Tidal I've only been using for a couple months, but I switched from Google Play Music, which is now YouTube Music. Around the time it became YouTube Music, I started testing out Tidal, and I've now switched almost entirely to Tidal. So yeah, as a user, I'm a big fan of Tidal, basically is what I'm trying to say. And then as a user of Square, I use Cash App. I prefer it over Venmo. And I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast. I haven't purchased cryptocurrency from Cash App, but I know people who have, and so that's another reason that I guess I like Square. But again, I have a few shares of Square. I'm an investor, so take my everything I say about these companies or their competitors, I guess, with potential bias, although I try and be as unbiased as possible, and I only invest in companies I believe in. So I'm not trying to trick anyone, it's just my opinion, and I'm also not licensed or registered or a financial advisor of any kind, so this is obviously not investment advice. I can't recommend that what you do with your money. I don't know your personal financial situation, only you do. And you should consult your, friends and family and professional financial advisors before deciding what you do with your own money, and don't do anything that I say just because I said it. That said, I hope you can learn something, either pick apart my investment thesis and reinforce your own, or maybe actually follow some ideas I suggest. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was very clear that I am a shareholder of Square, but as a shareholder of Square, I'm happy with this acquisition. And yeah, now let's get to the rest of the video. Tidal was founded by Jay-Z and several other people. A lot of artists invested in Tidal. Square is founded by Jack Dorsey, who is also a co-founder of Twitter originally. He still is currently running both companies as the CEO. Two amazing entrepreneurs in their spaces, long storied histories of success across a variety of industries and ventures. I love Jack Dorsey. I've always respected Jay-Z. I read his book Decoded a long time ago. I love music. So yeah, let's get into it. So here we go. This is the announcement from the Square website, the official press release. I'll just try and highlight the important parts. But so today on March 4th, Square announced that it had entered an agreement to acquire majority ownership stake in Tidal, which is a private company. Square is a publicly traded company, as you can see by the ticker, SQ. They're paying both cash and stock. They're valuing it at about $300 million. They haven't disclosed exactly what percentage of the company that they're purchasing, but it is over 50%. This is a huge win right off the bat. Before we even get any further, Square has this amazing 21st century financial payment logistics infrastructure. I don't even know what to call it. You can send money to your peers as a individual, as a small business owner. You can charge individuals and customers. You can get loans, you can invest in cryptocurrency, you can get debit cards. Square really just has a lot going on. Honestly, it's hard to keep up. And of course, Tidal is charging people for music. It's got a subscription business. They have royalties and licensing kind of stuff to worry about. Yeah, no, this is really exciting. So anyway, the acquisition extends Square's purpose of economic empowerment to musicians. Awesome. Artists are entrepreneurs with a dream, yes, and deserve access to systems, tools, financial freedom at every stage in their career. Square has helped millions by providing them with tools for success in their business. Cash App has made, so basically what I just said, they're saying we do payments for businesses, we do payments for individuals, and they see an opportunity to leverage tools like those and the things they've learned about building those products to help musicians find new ways to basically make a living, I guess, on Tidal. Jack Dorsey says it all boils down to is it comes to one simple idea: finding new ways for artists to support their work. Bam. So right now I see Square becoming a Patreon competitor. I see Square really becoming a Spotify competitor, obviously. They're going to be able to enable direct fan to artist payments. They're going to enable direct fan to artist or artist to fan engagement and support and concert streaming, and this is going to be sick. On Jay-Z's side, he says Tidal's always been about more than streaming. 6 years later, we've done tons at every step of the way to support artists. They deserve better tools. They've talked about possibilities together with Jack. Jay-Z will be joining the Square board. And stay tuned, basically. So like I also said, it's a music service built by artists for artists. It's got a premier listening experience with high quality songs and videos. Tidal sets a high standard for supporting artists. Square is also set a high standard. Yeah, these brands really have amazing branding and visionary leaders, and this is going to be, I think, a match made in heaven. I am a little upset about it, to be honest. Another reason I wanted to make this video is I've spent a long time thinking about the financial sector and the music sector and technology and the intersection between them, and a few years from now maybe I would love to have launched something like this that allows for you to. Who knows, maybe I still will. Jay-Z, watch out. Jack, I'm coming for you. I'm only kidding if you want me to be. But yeah, no, I know that this is going to be successful. I don't know why anyone would have a negative or adverse reaction to this news. I know that Jack is going to maintain the core ethos of Tidal and and they'll be able to put a lot of money behind it and reduce costs for a lot of things probably along the way. No, this is awesome, but I just really wanted to call this out as what a lot of people are saying is like a very unexpected tie-up, but if you've paid attention to Jack Dorsey over the years, if you've seen what Square has been disrupting and how fast they're moving, this guy's not going to stop. I mean, this is probably just the beginning. I'm sure that we have a lot of unexpected collaborations that could come out of this. Square's been getting into merchandise. Maybe they'll offer a merchandise for artists, like product where you can sell your gear through the Cash App or get paid through Cash App for selling merch. And I'm sure there'll be a monthly subscription where you can pay to support your favorite artists. Again, Patreon, watch out, they're coming for you. So obviously, as a Square investor and a Tidal user, I have an opinion on this, but of course you guys must all be wondering, if you're here, well, what do you think about what happened to the stock? And obviously I'm posting this a few days after the deal was announced, so I have a bit of a market reaction to go by. That's a little bit more than knee-jerk. As you can see on my screen here, at this time the stock is 216, and what we can look at if we go to the 5-day here, March 3rd is the day the deal was announced. So since then the stock has fallen from 250 to 216. Do I care? No. I'm a long-term investor. You guys will quickly come to realize that I'm not really a trader. Sometimes I might see like a momentum opportunity or something, but I don't really, at this point of my life at least, do options, especially not like shorting or things with short-term expiration dates, or things sort of that can be seen more as gambling, I guess. It's interesting to me as a shareholder that the majority of people sort of sold the news, because I think Tidal has this really good branding, maybe not the best customer acquisition methods, I guess, because like they don't even really have free trials or a strong referral system, but the audio quality of the music is much higher. It's far superior to everything else that I'm aware of, or all the major platforms at least. We also have some news here from the Tidal press release that I wanted to just quickly show you guys. This is the one we already went over, but I just thought it was really surprising that like Vox, for example, why did Jack Dorsey's Square buy Tidal, Jay-Z's failed music service? What do you mean failed? You know, so a speculative explainer, it's talking about CryptoKitties. I don't even want to give this, as you could see, I didn't click on it originally. I'm sorry I did now. I don't think those people really are up to date on Jay-Z's achievements as an entrepreneur, what Tidal is. You know, a lot of people don't know the financials of Tidal because it is a private company. Also, you know, something I wanted people to just keep in mind is, of course, this is a pretty small deal, it sounds like, for Square, who's currently valued just under $100 billion even after this fall. A few days ago, before the deal was announced, they were trading, I believe, over $100 billion. Square has a really high market cap. They're in growth mode. They just sort of teased us with this merch for Cash App that they dropped, and I could just see this going so many directions that nobody seems to be talking about. I mean, I mentioned a few already, but I think Square could totally get into like a Netflix competitor, even more so than Spotify, and integrated with alright, here's my vision that I think is also Jack Dorsey's vision, and I'm trying to play catch up. I'm gonna get this idea out there into the universe. Alright, hear me out. This might sound a little crazy, but this is what I think Jack is up to. I think he wants to turn Square into a lifestyle brand like Apple. Basically take all of the branding that he's built with Square and the millennial appeal and the technology and the financial infrastructure, and then use that to go into entertainment. I think that's one of the most logical things to do. You can disrupt Ticketmaster with ticket sales. He can sell merch through Tidal. You can basically turn Tidal into like a premium YouTube competitor that is geared around music first, but then you can do podcasts, you can do music videos, you can do real videos. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next year and a half Square announces they're launching an original content business. I wouldn't be surprised to see more acquisitions in this space. Maybe Square starts to branch into more of a like API provider of technology. If they're super serious about building out a content platform and Titles turns out not to be as hot as they expected or need some rework, or they have just like a whole new idea that they want to do from a blank slate, then I think that they should totally do that. And so I see Square turning into like a Netflix competitor and like a lifestyle statement, kind of aspirational brand that we know Apple to be today. So I think long term that this is just the beginning of a giant shift for Square, one that skeptics might not think makes sense, or they might not see a long-term vision, or not think Jack can pull it off. But I mean, this guy's running 2 companies already that are billion-dollar companies. One is a successful advertising social media company that's been around for ages. He has sort of like a Steve Jobs story on that. Maybe I'll make another episode about like a deep dive on Jack Dorsey as an entrepreneur. I think that's super interesting, and he's sort of obviously super famous, but I think he's a lesser known sort of role model. Everyone talks about Bezos and Musk and Mark Cuban, and not as much Jack Dorsey. Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this is the first of many episodes that you'll stick around here with me for. If you enjoyed the content and you'd like to be notified of future content, as they say, you can subscribe, and definitely tell me what you liked or didn't like about the video in the comment section below. Links to ways to connect with me are in the description. And yeah, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.